guys, and welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse on 7.1. I am J-Man, and this edition of Pulse will be giving you guys our WWE SummerSlam 2015 preview coming this Sunday on the WWE Network. Can't say enough how much we are looking forward to this show. It is stacked, the 4-hour time frame now for SummerSlam. We got 10 matches announced for this show. A lot of them probably should get some time. This has that feel of it's summer WrestleMania now. I mean, that it really has that feel. SummerSlam's always been the second biggest show, and now they're cementing that here, and we are so looking forward to this show. It should be some good stuff. One quick note, obviously, we got this past Monday Night Raw was the fact that previous SummerSlams, they've had hosts of it, and I know WrestleManias over the past couple years, sporadically they've had hosts of the show. For SummerSlam this year, they have Jon Stewart hosting, obviously just ending his run on The Daily Show, and now hosting SummerSlam here. I thought he was great the last time that they used him with everything with Seth Rollins. I think he pulled it off great. He knows the product, which is huge, unlike Jeremy Piven back when he was Summerfest, that dipshit. But it's great when they use the celebrities that understand the product and that know what they're doing in there and that know what they're talking about in there. And obviously, everything with this talk show and everything like that, he's going to be great on the mic and everything, that they do there. So, smart choice here. And I think we'll probably get a fucking Maria Menounos sighting because we get that at every fucking SummerSlam. But good call here if you're going to have somebody host it, going forward here at this show and should, pace it well with everything that, obviously he can provide. We're going to kick off the show here. They don't have a pre-show announced yet. I don't know if maybe they're just going to make it a whole big thing and maybe have like a lengthier pre-show like they did for WrestleMania this year. They don't have anything announced as of yet.
It's before SmackDown.
And it is before SmackDown has been taped, so maybe something could get added by the time this gets uploaded. But as of right now, there is nothing for the pre-show. But the first matchup we have here, we have Randy Orton going up against Sheamus. Obviously, a rematch of what we saw at Battleground and a rematch of the 3,075 other matches that they've had in their history. Nothing really different here. Just get them on the card, the names on the card, and just rounding out the card is pretty much just all this is being added on here. Obviously Sheamus is the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. A lot of discussion of maybe him getting involved later in the night with that winner take all championship match. Winner here, I can't even remember who the fuck. I think Randy won at Battleground. It was in St. Louis. I think Randy won at Battleground. Winner, I literally have no fucking idea. It won't matter one way or another. But I guess Randy would make sense if they're going to end up doing something later tonight with Sheamus to kind of get the focus off of Sheamus. So I don't know. I'll go with that, I guess.
I say whatever your daddy's cooking.
Your daddy, B-Day cooking time?
They'll probably be the winner in this match.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Red Arrow and the Green Arrow. We have Neville and Stephen Amell going up against the Cosmic Kings, Stardust and King Barrett. I'm okay with this. Another celebrity involvement here, but I thought he came off very well in the segment that he was in a couple weeks ago on Raw. I know when Stardust came up and kind of shoved him around and stuff like that, and Amell getting in the ring and jumping the barricade and spearing him and doing that promo backstage with Triple H. It all came off very well. He doesn't come off douchey. He doesn't come off like he doesn't know what he's doing. He looks like an athletic type guy. Something like that. I don't know. And obviously the characters and the superhero kind of theme that they have with Stardust and Neville. I love all those little vignettes they show with like the kind of comic book frames and stuff like that with Neville and Stardust character. I know they had some fans put in some art, like drawings and stuff like that, and different pieces of artwork as far as like superhero kind of stuff like that goes. I'm okay with it. It's totally fine with me. We probably won't get that much time. They'll get in there. I don't know if they'll have him be all dressed up and shit. They might have him because obviously he plays Arrow, but they could possibly go that route. It probably won't get that much time. You'll have him do his little fucking spots here and there. He'll come in and do his generic little power slam or an arm drag here left or right. But I'm going to go with Neville and Stephen Amell getting the win here. I'm totally fine with this.
I'm cool with this because you actually get to see something move on with Neville. It seems like Neville doesn't get any kind of push or like any kind of like feud going. He's had this thing with Cody for a while, so Stardust. I see Neville and Green Arrow winning this, but I would be intrigued to see if there's more to come later on.
Yep. Next matchup, we have a match that was scheduled for Battleground, and now we unfortunately have to see it here. We have the triple threat matchup for the Intercontinental title with champion Ryback, The Miz, and The Big Show. Yep, don't give two shits about this, as pretty much everyone shouldn't. All three guys that I could really just give two shits about. The Miz is more just kind of the entertainment, just go out there and do his little promos and stuff like that. Roll. Big Show obviously just needs to go the fuck away, and Ryback I could ever give two shits about. But yeah, your stock, triple threat match with guys that really can't really pull off anything entertaining as far as, being thrown in there together here with this. I guess I'll just go with Ryback retaining here. If they want to have Miz work more, I think because obviously he gets the heat that he needs, dressing up like just a fucking retard and all that kind of stuff. If they want to go that route, have him go with the title. Obviously, you're not going to have Big Show with the fucking title here, but The Miz is the only other one I could see coming out of here with this. But I assume they'll probably just keep it on Ryback, and this will definitely be the throwaway match on this card.
Ryback.
Next matchup, we have the three-team Diva elimination matchup here with Team Pornhub, Team fucking Brazzers, Team fucking any other porn site, RedTube, Team fucking Porn Fidelity, fucking YouPorn, there's one, you jizz, whatever fucking team that you want to say, the former submission sorority, and then they realized that, whoops, can't do that name, but we have PCB, what a great alternative, with Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. Make fun of that name, but they're fucking stellar fucking in the ring when you get to that. Team Bella, Nikki Bella, the Divas champion, Brie Bella, and Alicia Fox. And Team Bad with the NXT Women's Champion currently, could be changing, possibly going into Saturday night with TakeOver Brooklyn. Sasha Banks, Tamina, and Naomi.
What happened to the other one?
Cameron?
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't. Who knows? Yeah, I was kind of intrigued to see if they'd maybe go and actually have a title match here at SummerSlam. But going this route, only having, as far as, the Divas go, only having this matchup here, I'm okay with it. It's kind of an interesting little setup with the three-team and elimination matchup all in there, which kind of says that it's going to be a lot of fucking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, get a lot of the time out of there and a lot of fast counts and stuff like that, which is kind of dumb. But, it could get a decent amount of time for a Divas matchup here, obviously given the talent that is in here. Obviously, a Sasha Banks, a Paige, a Charlotte, a Becky Lynch. There is quite a bit of talent in this matchup here.
And don't forget about the man.
The man, Tamina. Tamana. Why have we never called her Tamana, dude? But yeah, I was intrigued if maybe they do like a triple threat and take one from each team and go for the Divas title and then have like a triple threat tag type matchup. But just opting to have the one matchup here. Winner, I guess I'll just go with Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. I can't remember who's been getting the wins lately. I really don't like the Team Bad or whatever. Sasha's so far and beyond better than that shit. And the Bellas obviously doing their thing, and Alicia fits perfectly with how they do things. But hopefully we'll start to see in the months to come where they break them up individually and start to have them to where you have more singular type feuds and stuff like that. Breaking apart Paige, Charlotte, and Becky, and then hopefully Sasha Banks too. Obviously with her title matches that she has with Bayley at TakeOver, could obviously change some things too. But I guess I'll go with PCB winning this three-team elimination matchup.
Team Pornhub wins this.
I couldn't think of any more. I don't know. Just fucking ridiculous that they did that.
Wouldn't you Google something before you say it?
You'd think they would, but I guess apparently not.
Robert
wants him to keep that name. Apparently, he didn't see the news of why they had to change it, unfortunately. When I first heard it, too, that's what came to my mind. I was like, ooh, really? I was like, that sounds dirty.
No, because JBL said something on, a tweet about it, and I was like, ew.
Right.
Ew.
I was just like, ew. Next matchup, just another...
hey,
what's up?
I got goo.
You got a what?
You
got a goo?
I got a goo. I got a funny one.
Good one?
Yeah.
Quaddy's a good one for the day.
Maybe Jared from Subway got a foot long from it. But too soon? It wasn't a Bill Cosby joke.
Bill Cosby. Shit. Next up, just a fucking solid ass mid card match they added here this past week. So happy they went this route and just won a singles match here with Dolph Ziggler and Rusev. Not adding in Lana, not adding in Summer Rae. Obviously, you'll have them do their interactions here this Sunday, but making it just the singles matchup here. Yeah, giving them a little bit over 10 minutes here to go out there and put on a great match. Totally cool with this. Should be an awesome match. Seeing Dolph come back, that was great. Great to see him added onto this card. And Rusev, after his injury and everything like that, kind of culminating in this matchup here at SummerSlam. Really happy that that they added this. Dolph is just a perfect guy to have just awesome mid-card matches that you kind of throw in these with the higher tiered matches and throw Dolph Ziggler and Rusev in the middle of this card. Can do nothing but deliver. Given the time and given the opportunity. So definitely looking forward to this one. I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler getting the win here, hopefully get on a steady path and hopefully maybe get on another run here, pushing Dolph up the card. We obviously want to see that, the hella talented Dolph Ziggler that continues to just get held down. It just goes on and on every single year we have that discussion. But look for this one to be some good stuff given the time. I'm going to go with Dolph getting the win.
What's the pay-per-views after this?
Night of Champions, I think, is September's pay-per-view.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I see this going on at Night of Champions. I see it like...
Yeah, it'll probably continue.
They do a little something or DQ ending it and then go on to Night of Champions. So.
Yep. Next matchup, we have the Fatal 4-Way matchup for the WWE Tag Titles. We have champions, our boys, Primetime Players. Millions of dollars. There it is. Going up against the Lucha Dragons, the New Day, and Los Matadores. Yeah, cool with this too. Just kind of doing the stock build for the tag division. One thing I do have to say, it's nice to see that, at least we have a handful of tag teams that have a gimmick behind them, that have a purpose of what their team is, of what their motives are, and all this kind of shit, and the matching gear and this and that. We say about another team that's missing out, obviously, because of Tyson Kidd's injury. This is our own Tyson Kidd that could have been injury, and the fucking Usos. Not being out of here, so
he may be back sooner.
Yeah, so you add the Usos back into this, kind of discussion with the Lucha Dragons and the Primetime Players, stuff like that, and everything New Day's been doing. Everything should be some great stuff.
And you have Ascension.
No. Ascension, hasn't been really doing too much lately, and there's a lot of they want to move up like an Enzo and Kaz from NXT. There are a lot of teams down there that are doing some good stuff and all have solid gimmicks behind them. But yeah, they're nothing spectacular, nothing amazing, but they're teams, and they're a unit, and they're formed, and they're together, and they have chemistry. So that's good to see that. Yeah, just kind of running your stock. Going into this, you have one team face another team. One of them's out on commentary. They come fucking interfere and this and that kind of basic generic setup to this. Winners. I would say not the Matadors or Lucha Dragons. I don't see them coming out. It's between either the Primetime Players and the New Day. I could see them giving the New Day the titles back here, just because they're still, garnering the reactions that they do in every arena that we see it in, and every Raw and SmackDown that we see it in, pay-per-view that we see it. So it would make a lot of sense. PTP's kind of just getting their due, their just due, and getting the title match here. Not too many people. There's kind of, they're over for what they are. They're not ridiculously over like obviously the New Day is and that gimmick and everything. So I could see the New Day getting the titles back here, but hopefully this will be an enjoyable 4-way tag matchup here that doesn't turn into a really clusterfuck and hopefully can be paced out well.
Primetime Players will win this. I wouldn't mind seeing the Lucha Dragons having titles.
It'd be awesome, yeah.
But that would be the only one that makes sense. New Day is just kind of a bleh. They need something new. I understand they're getting heat, but it's just stale heat now. So Primetime Players all the way.
Yep, getting into the chunk portion of this card that is just stellar, and it really just rounds this shit out to a T. We have Kevin Owens going up against Cesaro here. Holy 2009, 2010 Ring of Honor here for you. And I fully expect them to deliver a matchup that you would see from there. Obviously, Kevin Owens with the stacked and busy weekend with his ladder match that he has with Finn Balor for the NXT Championship at TakeOver Brooklyn. And then going into this, awesome setup on paper matchup with Cesaro here. you know, a lot of talk of Kevin Owens lately and backstage and stuff like that, and people losing faith in him, saying he doesn't have a look, this and that, you can't get behind him, this and that. Oh, I don't know. We haven't heard that from, you know, back in the day with CM Punk. We didn't hear that with Daniel Bryan. We didn't hear that with any of those guys. And last time I checked, those guys, yeah, Seth Rollins. Last time I checked, those guys, you know, really turned out to be quality pieces of shit, really. So just fuck those people. I mean, just time and time again, you get you're the everyday guy that people get behind, and that are talented as fuck, as you know, CM Punk is, as Daniel Bryan is, as Seth Rollins is. And look what they did. They were on top of the world, and everybody was behind them. And given Kevin Owens the opportunity, same thing that would happen to him, because he is far too talented to be overlooked and to be passed over, and it's just bullshit. And given the opportunity here with the 2 matches that he has, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's going to fucking whoop some ass this weekend and have some extra motivation with those kind of words being said, because Kevin Steen is just that kind of fucking guy. If you want to poke him and, you know, fucking taunt that kind of shit, he's the wrong kind of guy to be doing that to, because, you know, he's going to go out there and want to fucking deliver, and that's exactly what he's going to do this weekend, and I can fucking guarantee that. This one should be great. You know, if given time, it could be one of the best matches easily on this show and of the weekend. Winner here, given the route, Cesaro would make the most sense. Obviously, what they've been doing, kind of falling off with Kevin Owens, obviously. So I'm gonna go with Cesaro getting the win here. I don't really know what you know, the transition of how it's gonna go over from NXT into SummerSlam. But they could play off that. They could play off the wear and tear that the ladder match had on Kevin Owens and bring that to the forefront for this matchup. I think that would be kind of intriguing. And tying NXT in with WWE, I think that would be kind of a cool little facet, you know, from Saturday into, you know, SummerSlam with the grueling ladder match that I'm sure they're going to have with Finn Balor and Kevin Owens there. I'm going to go Cesaro, but yeah, I mean, these guys are going to deliver. These guys delivered back in the day in Ring of Honor, like I said, and fucking all the great matches that they had together, tag teams, whatever the case may be, and they're going to deliver here, you know, on one of the biggest stages that you possibly get at a SummerSlam, and it's going to be fucking awesome to see, and our eyes are going to be glued to this shit, because these guys are, you know, definitely some of our boys here that we are all about 24/7.
Hands down, match of the night. Hands down, possibly match of the year. I guarantee you, star quality between Owens' 2 matches is going to be a 9 1/4.
There's no doubt in that.
There's that, and that's being generous.
Right.
Who wins this? I see Owens winning this. I see Owens coming out and just destroying the piss out of Cesaro, being pissed off about everything.
They could do that.
Everyone's bullshit. I see Cesaro actually letting it go that way too, because they want Owens to get a push. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, hands down match tonight.
Yeah, we can't be looking any more forward to that one. Should be some great stuff. Next matchup, we have a tag matchup here with the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper going up against Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Yeah, another solid one here being built up. There's a lot of discussion of possibly making this a 6-man tag, possibly adding in Sting. I mentioned something I was talking with Robert a couple weeks ago about, you know, possibly if they made this a 6-man tag and making this, bringing Sting in with Ambrose and Roman Reigns would be the absolute perfect opportunity to add in Bo Dallas into the Wyatt family and put him with his brother. Reason being, the last time that we saw Bo Dallas and the last time that we saw Sting, they were in the ring together, and Bo Dallas got Scorpion Death dropped. That was the last thing that you saw of Bo Dallas, and that was the last thing you saw of Sting. Well, not the last thing you saw of Bo Dallas, but the last thing you saw of Sting doing. So it would make a lot of sense that you could tie that in and then finally start the story of Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt being together and being brothers in the Wyatt family. It would make a lot of fucking sense, but of course they're not doing that. But yeah, just getting the tag matchup here. This should be fucking awesome. I mean, this should be some good stuff if given the time. I mean, these guys all work the same pretty much kind of styles. They're all stiff kind of guys. They all hard-hitting type of shit with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, obviously, and, you know, starting to see with Roman Reigns, and obviously we've always seen it with Dean Ambrose. So, should be some great stuff. You have just 2/3 of the Wyatt family and 2/3 of the Shield, and everything that those two, you know, factions did together were fucking awesome. And that's pretty much what you're going to get here. As a winner here, I'm going to go with the Wyatt family because I could possibly see a turn on one of either Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns going into the future. I think Dean Ambrose needs it desperately needs to turn fucking heel, because obviously he's the same realm as a CM Punk where he can be face, but he is the ultimate heel. If anybody has seen anything that Jon Moxley, has done in the past, he is the ultimate fucking heel, and he can play it to a T. The promos that he cuts, the way he carries himself, his character, his gimmick, everything that he would do would be gold. So hopefully we get to see that, and maybe we see it, a heel turn or something like that, maybe in this match. But I would suppose to see some shenanigans probably going on at the ending portion of this match, one way or another, whether you add in another member of the Wyatt family, whether you do some sort of turn or something like that. Either way, extremely intrigued about what's going to be going on with this matchup. And what will be going on in the future, post this matchup. But I'm going to go with the Wyatt family of Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper being the winner.
The Wyatt family would make more sense because Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are just, I don't know.
Both stale, honestly.
They're just getting to the point of the Shield is like 1/3 awesome, 2/3 is nah. So Wyatt would win this and would be probably the smartest thing they could do. And if they add Bo Dallas, that would be even better. I don't know about the whole Sting aspect, but Bo Dallas would make more sense to it.
Yeah, this card just doesn't fucking stop. Next matchup. With a winner-take-all match for the WWE World Championship, and the United States Champion World Champion Seth Rollins goes up against United States Champion John Cena. I mean, how this is not the fucking main event, because it won't be the main event somehow, is fucking sick, and it speaks to the depth of this card. It just has depth for days. Yeah, obviously all sparked by the fucking knee of death that fucking Seth Rollins delivered to John Cena, and just fucking his face up just royally. And it was fucking awesome. That match was great. And everything after they've done with that. I mean, obviously coming out with, Seth Rollins' new t-shirt and the "You Can't See Me" and, what the fuck does it for "Never Shuts Up" and the blah, 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 hustle, whatever the shit.
I have that coming.
Yeah. It's just hilarious. I said you could have did the simplest shirt ever. Don't put any words. Don't rip off John Cena's shirts. Just put a picture, just a white shirt with a black and white picture of John Cena's face that they did put on WWE.com, where his fucking nose was just all the way to the side, and just have Seth Rollins wear that. No words on it, no nothing. Just John Cena's fucking face on it, and wear that around.
Ice cream bar.
There you go. But yeah, everything's sparking off that. John Cena and his ridiculous regenerate. I swear to God, he's fucking Wolverine. He literally is just. He's a freak when it comes to getting back to getting healthy, to recouping his body and having the surgery and coming back like, nothing changed, I'm good. It is amazing. I mean, literally his nose was fucked, like, hardcore. And, having the surgery and coming back, and yeah, we're good to go for this fucking awesome-ass title match that, could be the fucking match of the year if they wanted to, put on the efforts and the time given. Because with what we saw as a fucking appetizer on the Raw with the match that they had,
and a broken nose.
And the broken nose and everything that they did in that match was fucking awesome. And you're going to add this to this card and to the second biggest show that WWE has, a year. Yeah, this is going to be fucking great. And given what you've seen with John Cena, with all these indie guys, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, fucking the list goes on and on, Cesaro, the amazing matches they've had this year. And adding in the Ultimate, with the Seth Rollins, and what he's been doing, and obviously the matches that he could put on, and kind of been handcuffed a bit with the things he's been having to do over the past couple of months as champion, doing stuff with Lesnar, and it's hard to kind of work matches around that. This is the Ultimate. You can't really fuck this shit up. Given the opportunity, given the time to go out there and put on a great matchup, they won't have any problem doing that at all. They could probably do it with their fucking eyes shut. So, obviously look for, a little bit more tentative John Cena here. Obviously there was still some speculation whether he would be wrestling here or not. I never thought that he wasn't going to. I always, would figure that John Cena would be okay and ready to go for this huge show. But probably not going to be... I would see parts here and there that probably could have been a little bit, maybe, I wouldn't say faster paced, but a little bit more into it, given the fact that he didn't just have surgery on his nose. So you probably get a little bit, reeled back in a little bit on that. I can't think of the term to say there. But I don't think there's going to be a winner coming out of this. I think they might go the DQ route. They might go the screwy finish route. It's... just natural for Seth Rollins and his character, unfortunately, these days. But I just can't see them putting the title on putting the U.S. title on Rollins and what they would end up doing there, and nobody wants to see John Cena with both those fucking titles. And you could use the shirt theory. He just came out with a new fucking T-shirt that says 15-time world champion on it. If he wins the title Sunday, he'll be 16-time champion. You think everybody's gonna want to buy a shirt that's false? I mean, I'm just saying, fucking it's out there. Which they actually brought it up because I bet people were thinking that too. They brought it up in that promo and had Cena mention that. But I see some screwy shit going on here at the end that probably could end up continuing into the future. One way or another, something's going to happen with these titles, coming up pretty soon. Whether they end up going, with a Sheamus cash-in on Sunday, and Jesus, I don't know how hard I'm going to throw the fucking remote through the TV if they do that. But shit, I really wish they would almost do Randy Orton and Sheamus for the briefcase this Sunday and just have Randy fucking beat him for the briefcase, because I don't know anybody that wants to see Sheamus right now with the amount of talent that's on this roster with the fucking World Championship. You can't even, Kristen doesn't even want to see that, and she's the biggest fucking Sheamus mark there is. Nobody wants to see that shit, especially with the amount of talent that's on this fucking roster right now. So I'm going with something screwy here, but I'm seeing both Seth Rollins and John Cena coming out with their respective titles on Sunday.
I see a DQ, and I have to go.
Okay, that's what I figured. I'll go ahead and finish this shit up. Who's your winner on Taker and Brock?
Taker. Super.
That's how we do it at the Pulse. We're fucking. I said that's how we do it at the Pulse. We just keep shit going like that. Next matchup, we have your main event for SummerSlam Sunday. We have what is 15, 16 months in the making, whatever the fuck it is. We have The Undertaker going up against Brock Lesnar. Obviously, coming off of the streak being conquered at WrestleMania 30, and just the travesty that was, and Brock Lesnar taking the streak. Extremely unfortunate to see, and I got to see it fucking live. Quaddy, who just booked it out of here, got to see it live. And like I said in the topic show, you just can't end The Undertaker that way. You can't end, his legacy and his career and everything that he's provided for this business that way, with the amount of epic shit that they have done with his character and that they've done, throughout the years. You can't end it that way. So seeing him come back at Battleground, set up this match just for SummerSlam, is great to see, and I am really looking forward to this. I love the little kind of pull-apart brawl that they had a couple weeks ago on Raw. I thought that was one of the coolest things they've done on Raw in quite some time. It felt so much like a 90s Attitude Era segment and moment there that you would see with like an Austin McMahon or Austin Rock or tripping somebody, or whatever the case, Undertaker back then, whatever the case may be. It was a great segment and it fit well. The only thing they are kind of unfortunate with here is they're kind of handcuffed in the way that they book this and the way that the finish comes. If you have Undertaker get his revenge and beat Brock Lesnar here, what does that make Brock Lesnar look like after the dominance that he's gone over the past couple years? And if you have Brock Lesnar, beat the Undertaker again, that's just further shitting on the Undertaker and what they've been doing. I'm going to go the route that they go with Taker getting the win here and possibly doing something else down the road maybe. But you just can't, as much as they built Brock Lesnar up, he's nowhere near to the point that the Undertaker legacy and career is to that point. So to me, you have to start building that back up with Taker, and possibly, obviously going into Texas or WrestleMania 32, which has to be the Undertaker's last fucking match. You can't do anything past that point. Have him be in his home state of Texas. If they wanted to put him in the Hall of Fame the night before, do something at WrestleMania, kind of send-off match, whatever the case may be, you have to end it there. You can't do anything past that point. So I think to get the win back here, from the streak and redeem that, I think would set the course a little bit closer, not even close to closer that it should have been, because in my eyes, I don't think it should have ever ended. And it should have been the right guy if it should have been cough WrestleMania 29. But to me, it would set it a little bit more on path of where these, the story should be with The Undertaker. But yeah, I look for, The Undertaker is in a lot better shape than he was in, obviously at WrestleMania this year with Bray Wyatt. To me, I just thought he looked like shit. And just looked frail and pretty weak, and he got in a lot better shape, and looks a lot, more obviously ready to go for this and ready to go for Brock Lesnar, because you got to be ready to go. He doesn't let up. It doesn't matter who the hell you are. And, obviously there's a lot of factors that played into WrestleMania 30 and being the train wreck that it ended up being. Obviously, Undertaker being concussed early on in the match and just, went downhill from there. Obviously this is going to be way better than that was, and hopefully we just get a fucking all-out brawl here, because I imagine that's what we're going to be getting. And it's awesome to see The Undertaker not at a WrestleMania, to be, working at, the SummerSlam this year. It's got to be the first time that we've seen The Undertaker wrestle since probably fall of 2010, I would say, when he was feuding with Kane. Would be the last time we've seen him on, pay-per-view in a matchup besides WrestleMania. So, great to see here. This card is just, I can't even, words can't even describe how jacked we are for this fucking show. And, just how much depth this fucking card has. When you have mid-card matches like Dolph Ziggler and Rusev and Kevin Owens and Cesaro, and, in our eyes, starting the fucking card off with, Randy Orton and the Money in the Bank brief holder and Sheamus, and the tag matches, the intriguing stuff with the celebrities, the tag titles, the stuff with the divas, everything that really is going on here. And obviously the fucking winner-take-all match for the World Championship and the United States Championship, that could be the fucking match of the year, on paper easily with the talent that's in there and everything that they could provide. So, still looking forward to this. As far as Wrestler SummerSlam cards go, I can't think of one that I've been more excited for in recent memory and maybe ever. And I don't think that's an overstatement. It's pretty easy to say that. And hopefully it's all, spaced out well. It's all paced well. I think Jon Stewart will do a great job, in his pacing of being the host and everything. And they'll probably have segments here and there. We could get some surprises and stuff like that. There's talk of possibly having The Rock there. I know Roman Reigns said something that he could possibly be there, kind of teasing it or whatever the case may be. But could get some surprise stuff and maybe setting some stuff up in the future towards WrestleMania. Whatever the case may be, we are all jacked for this show. Fucking jacked for this entire weekend, to be totally honest with you. Fucking jacked for this entire week. This past Sunday, me and my dad just went to see Slipknot, Lamb of God, and stuff like that. It was a fucking awesome show. I've seen Slipknot twice now, and they're by far one of my favorite bands ever. And they're fucking awesome. Going to see, possibly seeing the Foo Fighters tomorrow, which would be Wednesday. They're coming here. Not a huge fan. My dad's a really big fan, but going to that's still fucking awesome to see. Saturday is obviously TakeOver, which we'll probably be checking out later in the night, because Saturday evening we are seeing one of my favorite bands and one of the most underrated bands of all time, which is Story of the Year, that is going to be here, which they're homebred right here from St. Louis and be performing literally like a half hour from our house, and we got free fucking tickets to it. This whole week is just going to kick ass, and then having TakeOver, we could come back and check out, later that night. So we are shooting this, and then SummerSlam on Sunday, and like I said, checking out TakeOver. So this whole entire fucking week is kicking ass for me. But yeah, we haven't shot. I'm probably, after we get done shooting this, I'm gonna shoot the TakeOver. I feel like a fucking retard, like with all this space next to me. I'm gonna shoot the TakeOver preview and get that uploaded. So you'll probably see this video already, or you'll see that video before you see this video, because I'll get that uploaded first. As far as reviews and stuff go, for this weekend, obviously SummerSlam will be the same. It'll be late. It'll be up late on Sunday night. TakeOver, the TakeOver show, I don't know how that's going to work yet. Like we said, the Story of the Year show that we're going to check out, we're going to have, I think, my fiance Nicole, and then I think Ryan's going to come with us too. Unfortunately, Eric can't. I think he said he has a wedding Saturday. But we might try and get that up maybe Sunday afternoon. So if we end up watching it, I think Ryan said he might end up staying the night on Saturday night. So we might check that show out. We might shoot it late Saturday night, but I probably won't have any energy to want to work on it. So I might work on it early Sunday morning and get it posted up Sunday afternoon. So probably look for the TakeOver review Sunday afternoon, and then late Sunday night look for the review of this show. Look for the review of SummerSlam. Can't wait for what the rest of the week brings. Looking forward to everything like I just listed and said. Just fucking awesome. But yeah, so I'm going to get out of here, and then I'm going to go shoot this TakeOver preview, and that'll already be uploaded, so I don't really know why I'm talking about that. But for my invisible now partner, Quaddy, who had to run off and check a movie, trying to get this done in time to do that, and we always knew that we would never fucking get shit done this fast because it always takes forever just because we bullshit for the most part. But for Quaddy, I am J-Man. Be sure to check out, like I said, all those reviews this weekend. Yeah, so now wrap up our WWE SummerSlam 2015 preview. Can't wait. Gonna be awesome. I'm J-Man, and thank you guys for watching another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse, the Pulse, Professional Wrestling.